were super excited about, and at the same time it terrified you? I totally get it. I'm going to share with you 3 lessons that I learned while I was pursuing my dream. One lesson is to go for your dreams. They matter. Lesson number 2 is decide. Decide no matter what, you're going to go for that dream. You're going to make it happen. And lesson number 3 is get over your fear and your limiting beliefs about yourself. This is how I learned lesson 1. At 19, I fell in love with Dan, the man from Canyon Dam. And we went on this awesome gold mining adventure to California. It was amazing. I loved California. It just represented this whole new world for me, a whole new possibility compared to my past that you don't want to know about. Then, Dan the man dumped me. I know, me. How could that happen? I had to call my brother, and he had to come and get me and move me back to cold, wet, rainy Portland, Oregon. Oh, I was devastated. I was broke. I didn't have a place to live. I had no car and no job. Number 2 comes in. Lesson number 2. What's lesson number 2? Decide that you're going to have your dream no matter what. Well, I just kept thinking about California. It was like my holy grail. And I had no idea how I was going to get there, but I was going to figure it out. You have to make that decision, because if you don't just decide, there's a little bit of hesitancy. You know, kind of waffling back and forth. Should I stay or should I go now? You know what I'm talking about. So I decide I'm going to do it. What's the first thing I need to do? What's my first step? Get a job. I'm broke and I don't have a place to live. So I get a job. I'm working in Portland, TriMet, and as I'm working and talking to people, this question is going on in my head. The question is, what makes people happy and satisfied with their lives? So I decided to do a research project. It was sort of an incognito research project. And I would just ask people, casual conversations about, what made them happy. They told me all kinds of great stories about their dreams, stories about the things that they regretted, that they didn't do, and the stories of their successes and the obstacles they overcame. I was fascinated. I took notes. I actually did themes before I knew about that, and I came up with conclusions. I decided that people that were the happiest and the most successful went to college. So I hatched a plan. I'm going to go to college. I am going to get a degree in forest management, and I'm going to move back to my beautiful Sierras in California. Have you ever had a really good idea, a really good plan, and then once you say it or even think it, all these things start going off in your head like, who do you think you are? You're going to go to college? You're not smart enough. You don't have any money. You're not good enough. You don't even have you're too old. And by the way, girls don't go to college. They just get married, have kids. You know what I'm talking about, right? All those stories. That leads me to lesson number 3. Get over your fears and all these limiting beliefs that you have. So I kicked that fear out of the driver's seat and I applied for college. And at college, it was so, my sister, she was just a godsend to me, because any obstacle that would come up and trigger my fears and make me want to bail and jump ship, she would coax me back. Come on, get back on the ship, stay the course. My fear of not being good enough, of not being smart enough, of being too old, they were not real. I might not have started out as top of the class in my math class in college, but I graduated from college with honors. I made a name for myself in environmental policy, and I moved back to my beautiful Sierras, and I actually did find the love of my life. In conclusion, when you have a really good idea, you have a dream, but at the same time you have these fears and doubts and worries, remember the lessons. 1, go for your dreams. They matter. 2, decide, no matter what, that you are going to make it happen. And 3, get over your fears and these limiting beliefs. They are not real, and you will have your dream too.
1 minute of silence.